the South African Music Rights Organization has denied allegations that the precautionary suspension of its COO, Mpho Mofokwe, was a retaliation for her flagging corruption.
We cannot allow this press conference to go on without us.
In fact, it was a big mistake for us not to be here.
False narrative that is being escalated.
SAMRO is collecting my money on my behalf. They don't go to the South African Music Awards and say, let's just check that all the nominees are members. No.
Money is stolen. People claim for the money that doesn't belong to them.
SAMRO is corrupt to the core.
The entire board of SAMRO is delinquent. All of them. Not only the ones that stole.
So they found a new way to steal.
So what they did is they went in the labels. These are professional businesses. These are businesses that are listed on the JSE. And they claimed money that wasn't theirs.
This does not sound professional.
Do you think your minister knows anything about your ministry? Absolutely not. He doesn't know anything about the ministry. He doesn't know anything about the ministry.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the EFF podcast. I'm your host, Lebohang Mujapilu, and we have an exciting guest here with us. We have Nomsa Mazwai, also known as Nomi Superstar, award-winning South African artist, social activist, and cultural leader. Welcome to the podcast, Nomsa.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here in this beautiful studio.
We're definitely happy to have you, and the energy you already brought to the set is actually very incredible.
Thank you.
Welcome to the EFF's podcast. We're just excited to have you because there are quite a number of issues that are happening around artists as we speak, and a lot that has been in the press about the rights of artists. Are artists getting what they deserve? And I just wanted you to speak a little bit about your own background as a musician and what has been your experience in terms of releasing music, your access to royalties, and what your experience has been as a member of the South African Music Rights Organization.
So I started my music career in 2010. And that's when I'm speaking professional music. Mm-hmm. My songs were playing on radio. And in 2010, I was at university. I was studying my BCom economics. And music for me was a passion. But as we know,
yes.
So no, tshwanetse o ye university.
Yes.
Or it's accounting, kapa economics, kapa medicine, kapa lawyer.
Yes.
So I was there fulfilling my parents' dreams.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
While always also doing my dream part-time. And music is something that people take lightly in terms of you have to know the business.
Yes.
Music business, it's like a course. Never am isikolo ufunde music business. Because from the first time your music plays on radio, you are supposed to be making money.
Yes.
And in fact, money is being made.
So there is money being made and the money should be coming to you.
There is money being made. And whether that money comes to you is a you problem. And the people are collecting the money. And when they collect the money, SAMRO, when they go to Metro FM and they say, we are here to collect money, they say they are collecting on my behalf. But if I'm not a member, they don't say, no, not this money. They take all the money. So whether you're a member of SAMRO or not, SAMRO has collected your money.
Okay, so how does SAMRO monitor how, like, radio play, how many songs have you played, by whom and by how? Like, how is there kind of a monitoring system?
So in the past, they used to use cue sheets.
Okay.
And now they are trying to implement new kinds of technology. Because as you know, there's things like Radio Monitor, where I can pay 1,000 Rand every month, and Radio Monitor will give me a printout of everywhere my song has played. But SAMRO is supposed to be doing that. Yes. Because if it was a matter of Radio Monitor, why can't I go to Radio Monitor, Radio Monitor tell me everything, and I go straight to SABC and collect my money?
Exactly, as opposed to being a member of SAMRO.
As opposed to being a member of SAMRO, I get rid of that 20% that they take for administration, because when they collect 100 Rand, they take 20 Rand to pay for the office, to pay for the CEO,
Okay.
to pay for the bonuses,
All right.
to pay for themselves
Okay.
to run the office.
All right, so I want to go back to the process. So you get on radio in 2010. You're not aware that SAMRO goes and gets any amount of money that are royalties towards you.
Yes.
Okay.
They go and they collect this money. In 2011, I even won a South African Music Award.
Yes.
Now you would imagine that such a prestigious awards event that is celebrating South African music, you would imagine that a nominee would be given access to that information of, are you a member of Capasso? Are you a member of SAMRO? Are you a member of SAMPRA? Okay, SAMPRA didn't exist back then, but to ask me or to check even, nothing like that happened. I won my South African Music Award.
And you won it for, this is for your album now?
Yes.
Musukung Sugela.
No.
That's not
I had an album in 2011. It was called Nomi Superstar. It was a self-titled album.
Yeah.
And it had 7 tracks on it. And it was actually an EP, and it won an award.
It was an EP, yes. Okay.
It won an award. And I didn't know. So I go back to varsity. At that time, when I win the award, I'm in America. I'm doing my master's in international political economy and development.
Yes, you were a Fulbright scholar.
I was a Fulbright scholar. I'm a Fulbright scholar.
You are. She is
So,
a Fulbright scholar.
This is important because the Fulbright scholar was not a member of SAMRO.
And you had no idea that you needed to.
So you've got to understand that if somebody who is so educated as myself was not a member of SAMRO, you cannot say it is because I wasn't interested.
No.
I applied for the South African Music Awards. How is it that I knew to apply to be part of RISA because I wanted a music award? So can you see how RISA is making me become a member? Because RISA are the people that issue the ISRC number.
Okay.
You can get an ISRC number from anywhere.
Okay.
But RISA wants you to get your ISRC number from them. So they do South African Music Awards so that you become a member so that they can educate you.
Yes, yes.
SAMRO is collecting my money on my behalf.
Without ever contacting you to say,
Without
hey,
ever
do you wanna
contacting
join
me.
us and become a member?
They don't go to the South African Music Awards and say, let's just check that all the nominees are members. No. So, kahle abasebenze ofisini.
No.
Ngoba at the very basic, the South African Music Awards, fine if they're not at, there's many awards in South Africa, but the South African Music Awards, they're not at the South African Music Awards.
Yes.
I win my award. I'm nominated in 3 categories. I win 1 category. I am a winner, but I'm still a loser.
You're still a loser because you're not getting your royalties.
I come back from New York, I go and I work in a rural village in the Eastern Cape, and I still don't know. I come back from the Eastern Cape in 2013, 14, 15, round about there. And during that time, I am now wondering about SAMRO. And somebody says, no, you must become a member of SAMRO. I go and register for SAMRO. Then I find out that, no, if we collected money for you in 2011, you didn't claim it in 2012, you didn't claim it in 2013, you didn't claim it in 2014, what they do is that it's dead. They apply prescription law, which is, if you know, prescription law says
After a certain while, it
after a
expires.
certain number of years, your debt expires.
Yes.
But it's not dead. You collected
it's
this
actual
money.
money.
You collected my money. You said you were going to give it to me, and then you never gave it to me. But they apply prescription law. The debt prescribes. What do? They redistribute it amongst their members. But when they redistribute it amongst their members, they redistribute it based on market share. What does that mean?
Okay.
It means that I am a SAMRO member. I am a composer. I am a one-man party. Universal, Sony, Gallo, they represent 3,000 people,
artists, yes.
2,000 people, 5,000 people. So now, let's say I was going to get 10,000. 5,000 of my 10,000 goes to Universal.
Because they represent a bigger market share.
They
in that
represent
sense.
a bigger market share.
Okay.
The other part goes to Sony, the other part goes to Gallo. Now, Sony and Universal have now got this money that doesn't belong to any of the
No,
artists that are
no.
signed to them.
Nope.
Do you think they give it to the artists?
No, they're not. They're keeping it for themselves.
Absolutely. So my money, my work, is now paying for somebody's yacht in Italy.
Yes.
So I lost all of that income.
So the income from the moment that you went on radio in 2010 until 2016, all those royalties
All those royalties I
were
never got.
prescribed, and then they were redistributed in a system under SAMRO, where the biggest people who are already very predatory already, like they already make so much money from artists in scrupulous ways, they are still getting
So I
shares
didn't
of
sign
individual
to a
artists.
label, but a
Yes.
label got my money.
Exactly.
I kept all my masters on purpose because I didn't want anybody
You wanted to be
own my
independent.
masters, but the label still got my money. And that's been going on for years. It's still going on now. They still do this.
So these policies are still
this
in
market
place.
share distribution. But now we are educated.
Mm-hmm.
Many of the artists that have been in an uproar. So that's the first part, is that there's this money that they collect that's not theirs, which they distribute. So some years ago,
Just a quick question before we move further. So you as an artist, are you able to, is there any way that you can, not being a member of SAMRO, get your royalties
so
without being a member of SAMRO or going through SAMRO at all?
So there is a way, right? It's called a carve out. So what some companies do is that they carve out, let's say I come and I start a company and I want to collect on behalf of certain artists. I go to Java, I go to Big Zulu, I go to Mondom Fundomo, I go to Zonke. I'm getting the people that are really the heavy hitters. I go to them and I say, sign under me, I will collect all your royalties for you globally. I'll take a smaller management fee because this is the technology that I use and I want to carve you out. You can carve out.
Oh, wow.
But now here's the challenge with the carve out. The reason why we have a SAMRO is because it's a way to protect all artists in South Africa. Because at SAMRO, even if I'm Nomi Superstar, I've got 7,000 followers on Spotify, I'm not a heavy hitter, but SAMRO will go and collect my money for me. A carve-out will identify the artists that are big.
Okay.
Now, if all the artists that are big carve out of SAMRO, let's say right now SAMRO collects, for example, 100 million, which is not, that's less than what they collect, right? They collect closer to 500, closer to 1 billion. They collect 100 million this year. They take 20 million for operational costs.
Yes.
That's 20% admin cost. Then they match and distribute 80 million. Zonkes, Java, Big Zulu, the big artists, Tanzwa Mazwai, they carve out.
They're gone.
They're gone. Now the 100 million turns into 5 million.
Yes.
SAMRO cannot even operate because their operational costs are more than
And
what they're collecting.
getting. Yes. Okay.
So now it means that 5 millions where I am represented as a smaller artist, nobody's collecting for me. And I don't have the infrastructure to collect
carve
for
out.
myself,
No.
right? So this is why we have a SAMRO,
Yes.
because it protects even the smallest artist.
Meant to protect.
It's meant to protect even the smallest artist. But SAMRO is supposed to be run efficiently. It's also supposed to be run honestly. Just like a clinic, just like a hospital.
And it's a very simple thing. You have artists under you, you go and collect royalties, you distribute them fairly, you let artists know that this is the money that's there. We take 20% so that we keep this thing running. Very administrative.
And we had no problem with that.
No.
You collect, you distribute. Now what happened is, a couple of years ago, this undock has always been an issue because undock became almost a slush fund. Because SAMRO also knew that we're going to give this money to Universal and it's not even their money.
This is what the
undock, the money that doesn't belong to anybody.
Okay, it's called undock.
It's called undocumented.
Okay.
Ne? and undocumented works are either works of members who haven't registered, or it can also be works of notification that has been done incorrectly. So, for instance, my song is called Upumkombot. It's a big song. It's playing on RS here.
Yes.
The music compiler on RS here is looking at this word umkombot. It's an intimidating word.
He's not sure. Is it Exhosa?
It's intimidating.
Oh, he doesn't understand.
It's intimidating. Then he writes, makes a little mistake. Maybe he's even dyslexic. We don't know. But the song is written the wrong way. That song is not going to be matched
No.
with the right work. So it can even include songs that have been spelled wrong or whatever. So it's not only that you are not a member, you could be a member, but people wrote your name wrong somewhere down the line.
So you're not.
So you're not collecting. So then...
But those royalties are... So how are the royalties direct? Someone just collects.
So listen, then what happened was, a decision was taken that no, man, put the undoc list on the website. Allow members to go into the undoc list to go and find their works. Then, everybody was like, great, they were going on the website. Then, the criminals.
Oh, no.
When you are used to stealing, you are used to stealing.
So they found a new way to steal.
So what they did is they went in the labels. These are professional businesses. These are businesses that are listed on the JSE. They went and they claimed money that wasn't theirs.
So this is still the big labels. Universal,
The big labels,
Sony, all of those
small
guys.
labels. It was, there's a word, but Hoshkari. It was
They
just,
started just picking...
yes, where people are not claiming. And of course, you must have a man on the inside.
Who says, oh, these ones haven't been claimed?
Yeah, these ones
so
are, these ones,
no one's
claiming
coming.
these ones.
Come and take these.
So
The
they were
greed. The
adding
greed.
up and then claiming, or maybe even know that this person has passed. And you know that the state
is
not following up in such a way which they're going to go. And because if I'm dead and my kids, one is an architect and one is a lawyer,
they're not going to be bothering
they're
about
not going to be listening to every AGM. They get their SAMRO check and that's it. So when we decide that we're putting the list online, those families are done, they're not doing what we're doing. Then the labels and mostly publishers, because publishers have the right to claim on behalf of other people.
The other people, okay. So maybe for our viewers, let's just have this distinction between what is a publisher in this case, in the music
publisher
sense?
is an administrator of rights. Okay. So it's a publisher. When you have a publisher, your publisher looks after your licensing. So if people want to use your music in a movie, that's what they do for you. They look for opportunities. Maybe you want your music in an advert. That's what they're supposed to do. They also administer your rights. They go to SAMRO, they fetch your money. They go to Capasso, they fetch your money. They go to SAMPRA, they fetch your money. That's what they're supposed to be doing. But mostly, publishers, it's an administrative function.
Yes.
So for an independent artist like myself, if I don't want to sign to a label, I might sign to a publisher because I want to make sure that if somebody from a movie comes to me and uses my music, then I send them to my publisher because I don't know what you're supposed to charge to be in a movie. So that's what a publisher does. A composer is somebody who writes music. It's either you write the lyrics or you write the melody, but that's a composer. So the publishers represent composers. And at SAMRO, it's composers and publishers that make up SAMRO.
All right.
So now the publishers, we don't know who they are. There's apparently a list of 60. They go and they claim works that are not theirs. In 2022, an audit is done. And the results of the audit come out in 2023. And apparently, 60 million was identified as undoc, was supposed to be distributed. 30 million was distributed. And then they say, only 3 million went to the wrong people.
Only 3 million rands
Yes.
went to the wrong people.
3 million rands, that's what they say. But the auditor said, well, we don't know what the auditor said because the board got the report and they never shared the report with the members.
With the members.
That was in 2023. Now, for those who do not know, when you are a member of an organization and there is a report,
You were supposed to get a
you
copy.
are supposed to get a copy of the report. And when the board said to us, no, the Hawks said we can't give you the report.
Where are the Hawks coming in here?
Because now, Haiti people have stolen. So now it's a Hawks matter. But now, because they won't give us the report, there's many things that are happening. Apparently, the chairperson wrote a letter for a man called David Alexander. He owns Sheer Publishing. And apparently, Sheer Publishing claimed monies that were not theirs, artists that were not signed to them. And now he's apparently signed an agreement with the chairperson of SAMRO that he will pay back half the money. And then in return for that, the chairperson of SAMRO wrote him a letter so that he could immigrate. Because obviously when you're being investigated, you can't immigrate. He wrote that letter, the chairperson, apparently it is said. Because now we have to work.
So
Because
you don't know. So there's no report and there's no update. So there is an investigation. Or are they prosecuting or are they not?
The investigation is finished. It was finished in 2023.
So they settled with the thieves, alleged thieves.
Allegedly, that's what the board decided to do.
And that board has not communicated this with you. You are only hearing this from...
The board said to us and there's a podcast online where the CEO of SAMRO, Annabelle Lebete, went on there and she said that they are in discussion with the people who are said to have taken money so that they can pay it back. Now, as a member, we were supposed to have seen the report and as members to say, what do we do next?
Exactly. You were supposed to be involved in that process.
And Hawks was to be going on with their process, but we're supposed to know.
Yes.
The board then parachuted this stuff that was happening, and they didn't give it to us. 2024, we asked for this report. 2025, we asked for this report. They're still not giving us a report. Then I'm like, no, but if you can't give us a report, you need a court order. Where's the court order?
Yes.
They said, no, the Hawks told us that we can't.
So, yes, that you need a court order for you to withhold that report and that it is being used as evidence and cannot be distributed.
And if the Hawks are so serious that this thing mustn't be released, the Hawks must give you the court order.
Yes.
But with no court order, you are compelled to give this report to members. They didn't want to. Then, obviously, they're having their own infighting because when there's criminality, there will always be people who are watching, who are not happy with what they're seeing. And also, when there's criminal behavior, there's nobody who can lie and stab each other in the back like thieves.
Yes, indeed. There will come a time.
So indaba ifike kuma members ukuthi no. There's 3 board members who are publishers and they're all implicated in the theft.
Wow. Who are publishers who also claim from SAMRO?
They are publishers. They are on the board of SAMRO and they claim from SAMRO and they are implicated in the theft.
Yo.
Not them as individuals, but their companies.
Their companies are implicated in the theft.
Yes. So,
and they're still board members.
Yes. And we're asking ourselves, but you've been sitting with this report for 2 years. So why have you not, number one, removed these board members? And they said, no, every time we discuss this matter, we excuse them. But how?
Every time they have a meeting to discuss this, they remove the implicated people. Oh, guys, this does not sound professional.
No excuse nithi sicela excuse ngoba kulela ke imishmesh nibhaqiwe so andinokwazi ukubakho xa sincokola le imishmesh nithi tsotsi phuma uzobuya after 15 minutes. Yes. So, we are flabbergasted as members. Aibo.
As you should be, as you should be.
Because
It's actually so ridiculous. It's hilarious. It really is.
It's ridiculous on every level. Hi, Titi. So you were excusing the criminals. So the chickens, because you say you're innocent, you realize you are sitting with foxes. The hens realize they're sitting with foxes because the rest of the board is saying that they are innocent. Then you tell the fox, no, the fox cannot be in the hen house.
No.
So that's what they tell us. So we're like, so we as members are expecting these people must be issued Section 71. They must be removed from the board. The board is responsible for doing all of that. They're not doing it. On the 10th of July, we have a meeting as members. We say, yay, implicated board members,
Out. Yeah.
out. Then they say we didn't follow the procedure in. But now,
So they're saying you as members did not follow the procedure to
Yes.
remove those board members.
Yes.
The same board members that are still part of the board, even though there is a criminal investigation by the Hawks that they're implicated in.
Yes.
And their procedure as board meetings is to remove, but you guys are not following procedure.
and you see
in this case.
the law in South Africa, let me tell you, is made to protect the rich. Because if you do not follow Section 71, those people that you kicked out for stealing from your company can in fact sue you
Yes.
and get money out of you. So that was on the 10th of July. After we kicked them out, we adjourned the meeting. We want to meet again within 40 days. In the middle of us wanting to meet in 40 days, Angiti, now we are discussing how we're going to move forward and what's the next steps. And we are all taking part in discussions. Mina, I held the original position, which I still hold today. You cannot serve on a board and not understand governance. The entire board of SAMRO is delinquent. All of them. Not only the ones that stole. All of them. The ones that stole are delinquent and criminal. But the whole board is delinquent. Because when the report came out and the chairperson of the board said you cannot give the report to the members, as a board member, you were supposed to say, where is the interdict?
Exactly. Exactly.
And if there's no interdict, we continue. That's your role as a board member. You are required to know that information when you sit on a board. And if you don't know that information, at the very least, you must go on your computer and research. Is this how this thing is supposed to be managed? But they didn't do that. They sat for 2 years with criminals, acting like, what can we do? They hold meetings without us. They talk about anything without us, and then they just use us, and then we get there. Then you are not a board member.
You're not.
And that's the problem we have in South Africa.
And you're co-signing some
is that
criminality.
people are deployed and people are not appointed.
Wow, that is a powerful thing.
Yes. You deploy people and people are not qualified to sit in that position.
Nor do they care.
They just want to earn that 25,000.
Yes.
Never mind that. The board fees. The composers and the publishers are earning 25,000. The independent board members are earning 80,000 to 120,000 per 3-hour meeting. My last statement, I'm talking about this in Zanamhlanje.
Per meeting.
Per meeting.
80 to 100,000 rands.
120,000 for the chairperson. Then the other ones, it's 80 to 100,000 for the other independent members. On the SAMRO board, there's only supposed to be 3 independent board members.
How many are there?
That's what it says on our own OI. There's 4. And then it's peculiar. All of these people come from BMF. And then it's even more peculiar.
What is BMF in this?
Black Management Forum.
Okay.
So now, what? They're all coming from BMF. Okay. But now what's even more peculiar is there's a lady on the board who has been taken off and banned from sitting on other boards. But she can sit on the SAMRO board.
As in she has been actually
She's got
removed.
matters at BMF that are unresolved.
From other boards.
From other boards. She's got matters that the Wits School of Governance said they took her out of the school or whatever. She's been chased out of places, but hi at SAMRO. Home sweet
You're
home.
welcome. You're welcome.
Kaloku, kukwa komora ba. As office.
They are like in fact, they prefer thieves. They prefer criminals.
They prefer people who have got a black mark
On them.
on
Yes,
them.
because that's what they're trying to do.
So then we say as members, we are adjourning this meeting because the chairperson, when we are kicking out the independents,
Yes.
the chairperson is fighting. He doesn't want it to happen. And we're telling them as members, hey, chap, see, Tila, Mabapu Mengo. Ati put it around there. Ati Aquelu Mount Sayana, hey, Abuye. Hey. Simya mezelele. Ngoba thina asina ngxaki noLinda. That's
No,
Linda.
we can wait.
And then by the time that he accepted that the members had already made a decision, it was 4 p.m.
And what time had this meeting begun?
at 10.
Oh, wow.
So now we
He
haven't
was
dealt.
determined. He was determined.
We haven't dealt with the rest of the agenda now.
Just that one agenda item took from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Because as members, we said, no. We can't have a meeting here where people were said to have stolen and then they are still sitting on the board.
No, it doesn't.
You board members didn't do it. We'll do it. Let's do it, Tina. So, Kengoku, we adjourn the meeting. We're going to re-meet. They tell us
So
the
does
date.
this pass? This
10 July.
expulsion?
The expulsion goes. They
All
leave.
right, okay.
Then the board tells us the next meeting is going to be on the 29th of August. Sharp. We're still within the Companies Act. It says that when we adjourn a meeting, it must sit again within 40 days. They've met the deadline. But then all of a Sunday, they're changing the format of the meeting. This meeting is not going to be hybrid like it was. No. This meeting is only online. Aibo. From the day they say only online, as members, we're like, no, who made that decision? How did you come to that decision? And they say, no, they can make that decision as a board. They're not going to make the meeting hybrid.
Is there something for protocol around a quorum, or there is, which is in person?
Listen, now what happens is that an adjourned meeting is not like any other meeting. An adjourned meeting, it means that we were having a meeting,
So we're continuing.
and then we're pressing pause, and then we're going to come back and we're going to press play. Nothing's supposed to change in an adjourned meeting. But now the board is changing it by changing the location. They are changing the location because if you change it from in-person to only online,
You've changed there. You've
You've
changed
changed
location,
it.
Yeah.
and we're saying, no, we don't want you to change it. Because we want in-person so that people can come. In fact, when SAMRO has these meetings, they are supposed to be having a meeting in every single province because there are members in every province. And then online. They're supposed to be 9 in-person gatherings.
The gatherings in each province, and then
And 1 online.
Okay.
And they're supposed to have a team that's managing hands from all the provinces
everywhere,
because you have the audacity to pay a member 24 Rand in collected royalties. And then you want a member to get 200, 300, 400 Rand in data to join a meeting. No. We opened the SAMRO. We never said we've ever wanted an online-only meeting. Now, we are dealing with crooks here.
Yes.
Because SAMRO then grants us a meeting on the week of the meeting on the 29th of August, where we say, you can't do this thing online.
No.
Because never mind the fact that you are changing the format of the meeting. In addition to that, you have members who live in places where there's not even internet. What are you talking about? You can't have this meeting online only. You've got to allow, because when we have the meeting in person here, people travel.
People travel to come to the meeting.
At the last meeting on 10th of July, bekukho utata ophume emakhaya Eastern Cape. What he told himself ukuthi lay meeting, he wants
It's
to be
very
there.
important. Yes.
So they took that away. Okay, we meet online. Now, in the meeting before the meeting, it was the week of the meeting, the CEO tells us that no, in a past AGM, we have adjourned and reconvened and only met online. But when that was happening, people were saying the minutes had not been attended to in the meeting, and now they wanted to attend to the minutes. When we're talking about minutes,
That's a different
it's
thing
a different
from,
issue.
from not having completed the agenda of the previous meeting.
And the decision to meet online in the rejoined meeting was taken in the meeting.
In the actual meeting.
In the actual
You
meeting.
see now.
So they make the meeting online. The online provision, it keeps kicking people out. This service provider, they're called Lumi. Lumi is doing the EGM of SAMRO. They're also doing the EGM of SAMPRA at the same time. These are the same members. Performers, members of SAMRO are also members of SAMPRA. And then when we're in the meeting, when we raise our hand, you don't get asked. There's people that are not talking. When we are talking, the chairperson is ignoring us. When we got into that meeting, everybody in that meeting agreed that the chairperson was not fit to chair. And we said, we do not have faith in you. You are not fit to chair. We want to appoint a chairperson from the members. And we have a right to do so if we want to as members. Yes, we believe you are incapacitated. Ulisela kaloku.
The chief.
Allegedly.
Chair.
From our viewpoint.
Yes, and it has been made evident.
Ideki zakho ziphume ngefestile kuyabiwa emzini. Ngombono wethu. Hayi ke ubhuti angafuni nyani. Yo, I've never seen somebody grab, hold onto power.
This is the same chair that took from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yes.
to accept that you were expelling those board members.
Yes.
Okay, he's very determined.
Hey, he was holding onto the power. Yo! Then he said he's taking a comfort break. I mean, this man just would not let go of the chairmanship. At the comfort break, kubambe omnye ke board member apo. I see me a board member ke abambe meeting. Even him is delinquent. He's an accountant. He's a SAICA registered accountant. For 2 years, he allowed these things to happen. He's a delinquent director. And SAICA should look into him. So then, they hold on to the power. In the meeting, all the members want the meeting to go a particular way. These people don't want. We are saying, all the independents, we want you out. First and foremost, we don't understand why you are 4 when the MOI says 3. Because you are supposed to change the MOI. Means that you just added a director and you went over our heads.
You bypassed the members.
And you also thought about Abazwi Chekisha and Nyanya, and you were right, because we think we put you there to do the right job. We put you there to be honest. So you took a chance and you took that chance and you won. But now that the pot is burning in the kitchen, now we are aware of the mice and the cockroaches. We never wanted to be in the kitchen. We just wanted to sit in the dining room and be served.
That's
but
all.
Now,
and that's all their job is.
And now when the pot is burning, we all have to run into the kitchen. Now we see that you don't wash the dishes. Now we see that kuna mapela. Now that we see that impuku, they're eating the food out of the pot. Now we see it.
Yes.
So then the other person shares, the meeting goes, they don't want to be voted out. We're like, in this meeting, we want to issue Section 71 for the independent members.
Yes.
At the time, now the composer members, they have, and my position will not change. All those board members are delinquent.
Yes.
Because all of them sat for 2 years and did nothing.
Did nothing about the report, maintained people who were part and parcel of stealing from the organization on the board, and gave settlements on people who were stealing from them directly and from artists directly, and allowed them to get away with it.
Yes.
That is not a functional board.
That's not a functional board. That's not an ethical board.
And that is not a board you want to represent you.
No. And I also don't want to be represented by people when they see the house is burning. They don't scream and get water. They just say, what can I do?
What can we do?
No. We put you there to watch the house. And if the house catches on fire and you don't have the power, you come to the members and you say, guys,
there is a problem.
There's a problem. But you don't sit there and watch the house burning for 2 years.
No.
I can understand 2 board meetings. You can say, I raised this in the last board meeting.
Yes.
I was ignored. I raised it again in this meeting. I was ignored. Now I'm coming to the members.
So what is the result of that meeting in August?
So the meeting in August, I was trying to connect. I couldn't connect. I've got many screenshots that I took. I kept being kicked out of the meeting. It kept saying connection failure. I don't know what happened in that meeting. We voted apparently to take out the publisher board members, but to issue them with the Section 71. But we wanted to issue the Section 71 on independence as well. I don't think that was done on the independence. Apparently, when the independents left, they were swearing and saying that they're going to take us to lawyers and they're going to go to court and they're going to do this and they're going to do that. Of course, they would. Because now they have to do whatever it is to make sure that they
keep
take
getting their money.
the most money that they can take. And if they can go to court and pay lawyers and fight this out there and go into the technicalities of the law, they're going to do it. And this is a problem that we have in South Africa. It's not a SAMRO problem. In South Africa, we have got people. It's a mafia state.
Definitely. A mafia state.
It's a mafia state. It's a crime scene.
Crime scene.
It's a crime scene.
Everywhere. In
Everywhere.
every organization.
In every department.
In every system. And
In every
people
department.
get away with it.
Yes. Yes.
People get away with it.
Yes.
And the fact that even our courts of law are always approached to delve into matters of governance, of
But they're
systems,
implicated themselves.
of whatever. And we found out that they're
They're
implicated. It's not a
implicated
surprise.
themselves. They're implicated. They're implicated. Because when you go and you open a case, if the judge is on the take and the magistrate and the prosecutor and then the police, everybody's on bonke fully line.
Yeah.
Your corruption, your corruption collection. Then they do what they do, they collect and then it's done.
Which is
When
why,
now you just go crazy on your own in your house.
Which is why criminals are very eager to say, I'm going to sue you, because
Absolutely.
they completely trust that the system will never be on the victim's side.
Absolutely. As long as you've got money, they know that I'm going to pay, I'm going to buy, I'm going to do this. I mean, we've got home ministers being called by kingpins of crime.
And as we speak about ministers, in this whole situation with SAMRO and what's going on, where has the Minister of Arts and Culture
You know
been
what?
in this issue?
The Department of Arts and Culture is a very unfortunate department in the sense that since 1994, there has not been even one government that has said, can we appoint an arts administrator to the position of Minister of Arts and Culture? The Ministry of Arts and Culture, it's a throwaway ministry. It's where it's a wheeling and dealing ministry.
Yes.
It's one of those ministries whereby they say, okay, you're gonna give us this vote, we'll give you
With
this ministry.
one, yes. It's a tactical.
It's a tactical ministry.
It's not about the
This
actual
ministry,
work.
our department, our ministry, it's a bargaining chip.
Yes. It's not taken seriously at all.
So when your minister won you over roulette, just let's be honest, your minister won you over roulette. Do you think your minister knows anything about your ministry? Absolutely not. He doesn't know anything about the ministry. He doesn't know anything about the ministry. And you can see the chairperson of SAMRO came from the Department of Arts and Culture, apparently. If you look at his profile on LinkedIn, he spent 2 years in varsity doing law. I've never had a degree that takes 2 years.
2 years.
It's something for me where I'm just like, I don't get it, but maybe he uploaded his things incorrectly on LinkedIn. I don't know. Might be a mistake. I don't know this man's history that makes him qualified
to be a chairperson.
to be a chairperson of SAMRO. The chairperson of Capasso, it makes sense. It was somebody who used to work in the music industry, has experience, has been an exec, knows the industry, is a lawyer in the industry, knows that industry very well. But at SAMRO, I don't understand. I don't get it. So when you have a ministry like that, even when you look at the councils, it's almost like people are giving people favors, you know? It's all the nepotism, it's all the favors that people are put in positions. Yabo?
And there's no one who actually understands the
No.
art systems in our country. There's no one who actually cares about artists in our
because
country.
if you know artists, you'll never hold a meeting online.
No.
No. It's impossible. For the board to hold a meeting of this magnitude online is in itself testament that they do not know their members. We spoke to the board. They tried, in between the 10th of July and the 29th of August, they tried to start a process which was part of the agenda of the 10th of July. And we said, you're jumping the gun, that meeting is not over.
We still have to finish
And
that
we went
meeting.
to them and we said, number one, this MOI that you're wanting to go out and amend, your members don't even know it. You've never taken this MOI and translated it into all the languages of this country. And you are sitting with members who are songwriters. Those are linguists. So you have failed for the last 60 years to identify that the songwriters can translate this MOI.
Yes.
If anybody can translate it, it's the songwriters. And this MOI is so problematic. And you're not bringing us in its whole. You're now wanting us to amend 1, 2, 3. But the SAMRO MOI is making the SAMRO to be an NPC because they want to collect, they don't want to pay tax. But when they're doing the public service work, when you are an NPC, you have to be providing those services to everybody. It can't just be to SAMRO members.
No.
And also now, if you're saying an NPC in the arts, you have to provide this service to everybody in the arts. And as a member of SAMRO, I would much rather you pay the taxes.
Yes.
And get the distribution right.
Yes.
I don't want you to go and be a philanthropist when you are struggling to do the job that we've put you there to do.
Once again, going back to this is purely an administrative company. There is no need for you to want to now make claims to be NPC, to do all of that. Serve the people that you're supposed to serve. And
There
work
are
on doing it
files
efficiently.
upon files. They've got something called concerts essay. This is something that can be done by any administrator of arts. They've outsourced it to somebody who used to work at the SAMRO Foundation. They've outsourced concerts essay to this person. Now, our MOI and our documents say when there's a service, SAMRO members should be prioritized. We don't know whether SAMRO members were prioritized. But this skill
in giving out the
contract to him.
Yes, to concerts essay.
Yes.
All right.
But then now, on top of that, the contract term is over and they're just automatically renewing. No, you must go back to tender.
Yes.
You have an organization full of people who do this thing.
Yes, exactly.
Why is somebody always getting this contract?
The same contract, the same person is getting the same contract year after year.
SAMRO has a lot of issues. And at the core of it, is that the people that are working at SAMRO are not there to work. They are there to steal.
Yes.
And when people are not there to work, the work doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen. And I want to find out now, so what is the status of those independent board members and the current state of the board of SAMRO?
The current state, as I know, is that members are organizing themselves. We are going to do the Section 71. We already have registered proper SAMRO members over 300, where we've gathered ourselves. And we are making sure that we get to our 10% mark. And then we go and redo the Section 71 to remove all board members. And I'm going to still push because a lot of SAMRO members are still saying, let's remove only the independents. And it's a very South African trait.
So most members want to just remove the ones that have been considered
the thieves
criminals.
And the independents. They don't want to remove the composer members.
Okay.
But my thing is, the entire board was delinquent.
Yes.
Remove them all.
And if you don't remove all of them, even the ones that stay will continue with that same behavior and maybe even bring on more, because they have a penchant for finding criminals.
They've shown that they cannot manage. They've shown us. Why? You're having a soccer match. People are playing on the field. And there are people there that are showing you they don't know how to kick a ball. Then when it's time to pick your team, you want to take a chance with the people that have shown you that they can't
Can't pick
play.
a ball, yeah.
No. And this is a challenge that we have in South Africa. As South Africans, we're very nice. We are very nice. We're very compassionate. We like to feel sorry for people. Oh no, you know. And I get it. We are a developing country. I'm also somebody who's very compassionate. But the reality is, the South Africa that we live in now, there are people that are more than qualified to serve on these boards. They are more than qualified. And when you are sitting in that situation, why do you continue to accept something substandard and mediocre?
Especially considering that, I mean, just in the history of South Africa, artists have continuously been made so vulnerable. They have been preyed upon. They, like, just within the history of this country as a whole, and I think even across the world as Black artists, there is just always somebody waiting to take and steal something from you. And I think to have this situation, even 30 years after democracy, is a very painful thing for artists to say, how long do you have to keep fighting for your well-being and for your work, the meaningful, amazing work that you do, to be recognized and compensated, and for that to be respected?
And you know, it's very sad because institutions like SAMRO are so important. And when you look at the monies that they're collecting, they were collecting well. You know, there was all kinds of innovations about how they're going to collect and how they're going to match. And there's all of this going on, right? And so there's operational members of the team where you can see people want to work, but they're part of a poisonous tree. And they are now being sucked into incompetence. And, you know, it's very scary to be without your livelihood. So not everybody wants to be corrupt. Not everybody wants to be non-productive at work. But sometimes being productive can get you to be a target, can get you out of work. And this is a disease that's now taken over the whole country.
Yes, definitely.
Because we have police that don't work. We've got hospitals that don't work. We have clinics that don't work.
Home affairs.
We have libraries that don't work. Home affairs that don't work. Department of Water and Sanitation that doesn't work. We're drinking poison. Our lights are not coming on. We're reversing. And yet some people are frog leaping forward. We go on social media. People are wearing Burberry bikinis. They are in Spain. They are... And the only person's claim to fame is being a government employee.
Yes.
We have a lack of education, you know, asipadlanga. And also, there has been an infiltration of capitalism and conspicuous
consumption.
Like consumerism.
Yes.
Where a person will gladly drive a G-Wagon to their home in the village where there's no water and electricity. Why did you buy the G-Wagon? And it's a cultural thing. And it's okay. People talk about it like it's fine. We go online and we look at, oh, wow, look at so-and-so's car. It makes me sick. Because I look at that and I say to myself, oh, yeah, you know, I've got a master's in economics. I've got more than 12 years of working experience, honest working experience. And everywhere I've been, I've worked. And it made me unpopular. So I've been unemployed or without deployment for 6 years now.
Because you showed up and you wanted to do the work.
Because I showed up and I did the work.
And people are like, but that's not what we do here.
Yes. And I said, no, that's not what I do.
Exactly.
But let me tell you, there's jobs that I applied for. One of those jobs that I applied for that I'm completely qualified for was NYDA.
Yes.
And yesterday I opened the newspaper and the CEO of NYDA thought a partnership with the Scorpion Kings is a job creation mechanism. I didn't even get shortlisted because now I've learned the scam. They don't even shortlist you.
No, you don't even make it that far.
Because when you are shortlisted, you are a problem. Because now
there's comparison.
Now there's compliance issues. The lady who was corrupt at the DTI or IDT?
IDC.
IDT,
Yes,
yes.
IDT board.
They know the CEO.
Yes.
I qualified for that position. I studied economics. I've been unemployed for 6 years. She's giving journalists 60,000.
The corrupt lady.
It's for us, there's many of us who are university graduates, who have worked, who in the last 6 years I deployed myself, I work in communities, I built a business, I've created jobs for people. I do everything that I can do. But our country, it's now become the norm. There's a thing in economics, they call it a market of lemons. And what they do is they usually use it in insurance. And they say, if you don't create a mechanism to not allow lemons in, you will then have a market of lemons. So in insurance, a lemon is a smoker. Like life insurance, a lemon is a smoker. If you don't make the smoker pay for being a smoker, and you provide health insurance for everybody, and the smoker benefits like everybody, eventually the non-smokers leave your insurance, and then your insurance is full of smokers. And your insurance will collapse. It becomes a market of lemons. That's what's happening to South Africa. When the corruption started, people said, well, every time, anyways, people take a little. People were saying things like, I just wish they wouldn't take everything.
Just steal some and then leave the rest.
You cannot have that mentality.
No, because at some point they want everything.
Because once you let the lemons inside, and it's a thing that's from farming. If you have a field of oranges and you plant one lemon tree, after a few years, all of the oranges turn into lemons. That's why they call it a market of lemons.
And it happens now
South
on every
Africa
level.
is a market of lemons.
Lemons.
It's a mafia state. From Cape Town to Durban to East London. It's a crime scene. It's a crime scene. There's nothing you can do in South Africa. There's nothing you can do in South Africa to not be impacted or affected or infected by corruption. Even if you are not corrupt, you will know that you are not corrupt. Uzaga binamsebenzi. Iminyaka. And uzawubukela abantu befumana imisebenzi and doing nonsense. 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 You will watch it, you will say, this is nonsense. Nonsense. And you will watch it, you say, wow. And then you'll watch people that were getting decent salaries, Decent salaries. And yet they still want you still to build a mansion of 40 million in Waterfall. Greed.
Very much greed.
Because now what are they doing? They're competing with each other. Now this
one is there.
Yeah.
Oh, you're stealing 40 million.
Yeah.
I'm going to get in with that 80 million tender. I'm also going to
the point where you giggle and you laugh to a journalist when they ask you about EPWP workers that haven't been paid. Wow.
A journalist that you're offering 60,000 Rand cash in front of him.
But you know what hurt me the most? When she was laughing about the people that were supposed to make 1,300 and they didn't make them.
And she laughed.
You know what hurts me the most? The grandmother who pays VAT on a can of pilchards to feed her alcoholic daughter's kids, her grandchildren. Because South Africans choose to be alcoholics and drug addicts because it's hard to face life when you've done everything that you were supposed to do and yet there's nothing there for you. Because young people go to school, they graduate, they go to university. People try.
They really try.
Nobody wakes up and says, I want to be a drug addict.
Nobody.
Nobody wakes up and says, I want to disappoint my parents. I want to fail my grandmother. No. People need to escape because they can't deal with this life where they are a failure, where they abana lutho nje, balambile, and there's nothing they can do about it. So, if we don't do anything as South Africans, if we don't do anything about our situation, we must just accept that this Hoshkari movement will go for 4 or 5 years, and then people that are focused. The Chinese, the Russians, the Mangs, they'll come, they'll buy from the criminals will run away or they'll die, and then our children will be slaves. The next generation, we must be ready that our generation are going to be slaves. That's it. And if we're ready for that, if we're okay with that,
then let's continue.
then let it continue.
I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Understand. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
On a lighter note, because because that was quite a roller coaster of emotions about what is happening, but also how it's connected to what is just simply happening across our country in that we try to fight. I want to hear more about your music.
Yes.
What's happening? What should we expect?
So I am busy making new music. I've got a song out right now called Next Week Tuesday.
Okay.
Go on Spotify, find hers. Go
That
out
came out
there.
this month, right?
Yes, it came out this month.
No, in August.
In August, Women's Month. And my artist name is Nomi Superstar. Yes. NOMISUPASTA. Like that. You understand? So I've got Next Week Tuesdays out. I did work on this album with some incredible producers. I worked with a producer that works with Eminem, Dr. Dre, and 50 Cent.
Oh, wow.
He made the beat for Next Week Tuesday. I've got another song coming out produced by Madlib, and I did a feature with Rhapsody. And of course, I've been creating my own music. And my process throughout this has been, I've been playing the piano and writing my own music. And my music right now, it's playlisted on 17 radio stations in South Africa.
That's incredible.
So please call the radio, call any radio station.
Request line.
Request my song. Because just being playlisted is not enough. You need to be scheduled. Mm-hmm. And the audience has to choose that. But please, following me on Spotify, follow me on Apple Music. Listen to my music.
It's spring. Spring is springing.
Yes.
The music is out there. Are there any upcoming performances we should look out for?
I know that I'm performing at Kaya Lami Shisanyama soon.
Okay.
And then follow my social media at Nomi Superstar to find out more.
We're going to put that in there so that people follow
and
you.
Please in the comments, please just put my link for my music. And once you are connected, you get all my music, and I'm always on my social media. I'm an activist, as you can tell.
As if it was not clear.
But I'm a creative, and after, it was very painful, to be honest, these past 6 years and not finding work. It was hard because I was very used to a certain salary, right? Mm-hmm. And my life had to change a lot. I just surrendered to God. I surrendered. Like,
this one is on you.
This one is for you. Yabo. And the music has just come through as something that I need to do. And it's incredible because the more I'm in my music, the more I'm myself. The more I'm just open, I can speak. You must understand, Uguti, when you're working in a government department, when you see corruption, you just say, I'm not signing that. Yabo? And then you let people sit in their offices and think. You don't say, I know this is corruption. Our papi.
Yes.
We've seen. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Very dire consequences.
Yes. Yes. When you work in the public sector and you're honest, you're dodging bullets. But now,
as a musician,
I'm just like, I'm not talking about where I used to work. Oh, no. No. I've got my family, I've got my kids, I love my children. But I've been in the trenches and I've seen the sofas and I've seen the money.
You've seen the sofas and the money.
And you can look forward to some great music and a lot of satire.
Yes.
I always love joking about politics in my music.
And it's always exciting for music to come across that way as well. For politics to come across that way in music.
Exactly. All my songs are always political. Yes. Next Week Tuesday is also a very political song.
Right.
It's a song about love, but when you listen to the lyrics, it's a political song.
Okay.
Because it says, can we go out and smile together? What do you say? Smiling over some Thai or curry, you and me, babe. Maybe we could even catch a movie, something scary. Maybe we could meet over ice cream like we did in my dream. I'm free, just give me a ring. Next week, Tuesday. Now, those lyrics, the first verse is really saying, can we meet and smile? Wouldn't it be nice ukuthi siphume smile? Ngoba these days masiphuma, funeka siphume kuma Lamborghini. Hey, ungithengele Louis Vuitton. Ngigqoka ama Louis Vuitton. Hey,
What about just some Thai curry? That's all.
Spuze utshwala odurayo. Sibe nebhili 100,000. No.
I'm a bucket.
You know.
No.
And I'm very intentional in that song that everything we're doing has got nothing to do with alcohol.
Yes.
Because being in love and having a good time has got nothing to do with alcohol. Alcohol managed to brand itself as a good time. You can have a good time without it.
Yes.
And my second verse says, I had to share with my sister about you. She was impressed, because my family must be impressed by my man.
Mm-hmm.
I do not care for your cows or your money. You are smart and you're kind. That is all that I want. The way you think we could talk for hours. Read many books, pick flowers. Tickle me and I giggle slightly, making sure I look lovely. So even when I'm writing love songs, I'm saying, Gaizini, utando.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a thing. It's a feeling.
Feeling.
And I'm not saying
wonderful
people mustn't
feeling.
give their lovers gifts. But let the gifts not be the representation of the love. No. The gift is a gift. Thank you. But the love is a feeling.
The love is a feeling. I think let's round it up with that. The love
Next
is a
week,
feeling.
Tuesday. Woo! Next week, Tuesday. Thank you so much for having me.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Check out my single.
You've heard everything you need to hear today. Thank you so much for joining us here on the EFF podcast. I'm Lebohang Mujapilu. See you next time.
Awesome.
Yay!
What do you